All right. Shalom, Yasharala. Before we go into this lesson, we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh. So Gal Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. We give them honors to the apostles and prophets and elders of GMS Camp, but on us great males too, for the 100% true that have been currently edified on that. For this lesson again, as you continue, we'll be dealing with the heirs, to be exact. Because I know many people at this time have been suffering with heir issues. One in particular, a person I know by the name of was Lily. She was suffering with a lot of heir issues. So, just want to just give some understanding of the heir, the functions, and the uses of the herbs that will benefit in correcting the situation, as well as having faith in Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, for the powers that ordained and had created such thing. So, let me just get an understanding here one time, and let me get into the lesson, all right? I'm going to go into this lesson. Oh, yes. This one's supposed to be a lot shorter. I always say it, and I always say it's shorter. But for some reason, I tend to at least cross an hour. I don't know how, but it is what it is, right? So let me go into this. Well, like I say, everything is supposed to be where it is, which is dealing with the heirs, right? And we starting with the outer air, which we know kind of channels or like just a funnel, or the way how it's shaped to help the vibrations to go into the inner part of the air, to be exact. I know for a fact I put this here. It says the outer air. Outer air is divided into several sections, but they all work together toward one purpose, right? It says the helix, the anti-helix, the superior and inferior crust, the tragus and the anti-tragus, and the conchia, and the external acoustic meters all work together to funnel and direct sound waves from the world around you to the inner parts of the air, of your air, to be exact. And this is the outer part. What we know by just feeling the outer part of the air, you can already tell that it's very similar, if not the exact same. The helix is on the if you're dealing with any part of your air, is on the outer part, where with the little bend, on the top and at the sides. Those are the helix. Then you have the tragus, which is that particular separation of skin with the cartilage pointing out, at least above the hole itself, the air hole, and so on and so forth. And these play a major function in directing the air, the sound waves into the air itself. Now, as you're going further, you hear, but we're not dealing too much with we're not really dealing with the temporal bone or the round windows, because when I say we're dealing with it, because the herb that would be given would be directly for all those sections, so you would not necessarily have to go through them. So with that understanding, let me go into the sections, starting with the what's it called, the tympanic membrane, which is known as the eardrums. So let me go into it real quick. The eardrums, it says the eardrums is a thin flap of skin that stretches tight like a drum and vibrates when the song hits it. These vibrations move the tiny bones of the middle ear, which sends vibrations to the inner part. It says from the inner ear, the message is sent to the brain, which says, hey, I hear something. So feel these good vibrations, right? So let me get the I want to go back and to get the you see the air and just see if I can get a chart. I can get this is a simpler chart like aside from the next one. Yeah, this might work. This might work well. So from the air jam we have the ossicle. The ossicle. So okay. And the beneficial of the ossicle, let me see if I find it. I don't have it here, right? The ossicle, right? The auditory ossicle or the malleus, the incus, and the tree section, the malleus, the incus, and the stapes, which are the three bones that are connected. It says are three small bones in the middle ear that transmits air vibration from the outer ear to the inner ear to be processed as sound, right? Very important parts for our hearing, which is why it's good that I do this video so that we could know how to take care of our ear. So let's continue, right? It's the third part, which deals with the seeing the I would go down from into the Eustachian tube, Shalakia, and then I could go up dealing with this particular the inner ear, which deals with the parts of the ear and the functions, right? For you all to get a better understanding. So let's deal with the Eustachian, the Eustachian tube, right? If that's the correct pronunciation. Yeah. Okay, I was directly incorrect. Eustachian. Okay, yeah, I was incorrect. Okay, your Eustachian. Okay, your Eustachian tubes connect your middle ear to the back of your throat. It says your middle ear is the air-filled chamber just behind your eardrum. Right? It says your Eustachian tubes equalize air pressure and help drain fluid from your ear. So this is very good. A beneficial part with an interesting function to help clear the air out. Very simple. So now let me go back into the chart. Now we're going into the inner ear now, which deals with a few parts. Not there may be more than three, but we're dealing with the three. So there's the semicircular canals, then there's the vestibular nerve, and there's the cochlea, there's the cochlea, if that's the correct pronunciation. I believe it's cochlea. I'll probably say cochlea is which is the wrong pronunciation. Who knows? Anyways, so let me go into the semicircular canal first, right? The semicircular canal, which is the bottom part. Semicircular canal are three tiny fluid-filled tubes in the inner ear that helps you to keep your balance, right? I think that is really the purpose. That is the reason for your equilibrium, the imbalance. Let me check that before. I don't want to say the wrong thing, because that is what it's called, equilibrium imbalance as well. I think it's when. What? Let me check it for you. Causes why is there? Let me get my phone. I use one finger. Alright. Let me check that one time. Let me go into it. Let's see, it could be. I know it's deal with the brain, but Okay. What causes it is my question. Matter of fact, there's an app I recently received, and I believe that could help me. Earache. If there's any, please let there be that. Matter of fact, old school way. I jump in plenty, but let hit the old school way. Equilibrium. Yes. Y'all don't have that really. For real. Okay. Well, and I mix here right now. I'm looking and I can't find. Bear with me. Equilibrium. Equilibrium. Okay. Okay. I see something here. Right. Okay. What causes equilibrium to be off? Okay, that sounds better. Causes of balance problem include medicines, infections, headache. Oh Lord Father. Right. Or anything else that affects the inner ear or brain. Right. So that's much more like it. Though I didn't get what I was looking for, but it is what it is. Let go back, come back out. Can we? Oh, we just went into the next page, so we come back into this. Like back into the air itself, right? So like after that, right. So go back into the function, or let's say the semicircular, as you see, it semicircular canals, right, are three tiny fluid-filled tubes in the inner ear that helps you keep your balance, right? Then we have the vestibular nerve function. The vestibular nerve innervates the vestibular system of the inner ear, which is responsible for detecting balance. Hear that? And it says the cochlea, or the maybe incorrect, but the cochlea nerve travels to the cochlea of the inner ear, forming the spiral ganglia, which serves the sense of hearing, meaning being able to hear in the sound, no more in the vibration, right? So when I transfer the vibration noise that hits the air, the tragus, and enters into the inner ear, hitting the eardrums, connecting, passing through the eardrums into the ossicles, and from the ossicles, guess what? Into the semicircular and the vestibular system, to be exact, allowing you to be able to transmit or to transfer the vibration into sound that you may hear, which is probably why you are hearing what I'm saying right now, right? So as you continue, now let go into a few of the herbs that will assist now. Might as well, as we hear one time, because let me get the benefits of the function of the cochlea. The cochlea is a fluid-filled spiral, which we hear, spiral-shaped cavity founded in the inner ear that plays a vital role in the sense of hearing, which we read, and participates in the process of auditory transduction. The sound waves are transduced into electrical impulses that the brain can interpret as an individual sound frequency. Right? So you're hearing it for yourself. So that's supposed to be a proper understanding of the ear. Now let you get some treatments for the ear. Now let you go into this one first, dealing with the ear aches. I just download this and I find this to be very useful, given enough information to help. Now, home remedies Not all that I would recommend, but majority I will. So, the introduction for an ear infection occurs when a bacterial or viral infection affects, let me make sure this thing recording, right, affects the middle ear, which, and when you go back, the middle ear is where the ossicle is coming down to the eustachian tube, right, which connects to your throat. So, that's why in times when you have a ache, you tend to you have a that is not aside from sinus, sometimes your sinus do tend to affect your ear. You have a ear itching, and that is called that, and that is even have your throat itching at times. Many people who have ear ache also suffer ear infections, also suffer from throat infection at times because there's a connection, right? So, and this is not me talking out of my a hole. This is me seeing these things happen off of my with my own eyes, so I can come back and tell this to you. So now I continue. So which is middle ear, the sections of your ear behind the eardrum, which is the ossicle, the bones to be exact. Or that particular area exact. Ear infections can be painful because inflammation and fluid builds up in the ear. And the symptoms are ear pain, fever, fuzziness, irritability, rubbing and tugging at an ear, difficulty sleeping, and hearing loss. Now, if you have any of these symptoms, I will give you some remedies aside from what you would initially hear from this, from the thing. It causes allergies, cold, sinus, you see, excess mucus. The causes allergies for ear infection. Causes of it is allergies, cold, sinus infections, mucus, excess mucus, smoking, infected or swollen and adenoids, tissues near your tonsils, see, that traps harmful bacteria and viruses, which changes in air pressure as well. So you see what I just said. There's a connection. So home remedies, which for if you all wanted, I would not recommend the cool and warm compress. Olive oil, most definitely. Putting a few warm drops of olive oil in your ear is safe and could moderately effective. Could be moderately effective. So like a bypass the B. Could be moderately effective. Now, one of the things that I know that I've used was coconut oil in the ears, and it tends to clear out whatever is in that particular part of the body over a period of time. If you all did not know, now you all know. I've dropped coconut oil in my ears, and it worked with very quickly. Within an hour, the pain is not even hour, half an hour, the pain is gone, and you start to hear good again. So nice little simple remedy. Olive oil or coconut oil you could use as drops for your ear. Ginger, right? Ginger has natural anti-inflammatory properties, which is correct, that can help soothe pain from ear aches, which is indeed a correct understanding. It says apply ginger juice and strain or strained oil that is warmed with ginger in it around the outer ear canal. Now, what you could do aside from that, you can make a poultice and apply behind your ears, right? You get ginger, you mash it up with a mortar and pestle, you leave it with the juice, you get some Wonder of the World or something, or let's say pennywood, you mash him up with it, but as well, with the juice, you get the cotton, and you get the cotton, and you soak the cotton in it, and you apply it in that area, and get tape and stick it right behind your ears, right directly in the crease behind, not on the bone, not on the what you call again, the temporal bone, the actual behind the earlobe itself. that crease, you put it behind there and you leave it there. That also tends to go into the area and reduce the swelling in the ears, for those who did not know. You could use garlic, but when you're using garlic, always use your ginger. When you're using garlic, not bad. If you don't use garlic by itself, because it's very toxic, so you use garlic with ginger. Have to be with ginger, because guess what ginger does? Helps the liver remove toxins much more faster than it usually would. So if you're using any acidic plants, you are to use ginger in it. Or don't use your acidic plants if you have no ginger to put in it, right? Very simple. So now let me continue. Hydrogen peroxide. And I'm telling you all this for your own good. I have tried hydrogen peroxide, but I've used the food grade hydrogen peroxide because it does not have the chemical compounds that is used to oxidize your body. There's a chemical, there's two, I think it's 2 or 3 chemicals that is used in the normal hydrogen peroxide that is cause damage to your tissues and to the parts of your body. Now when you have the food grade, this is removed. So all you are getting is H2O2, hydrogen, oxygen, basically 2O2, which is very good and essential for your body. If you do not know, it's a form of hydration, the second form. The first form is H3O2. The second form is H2O2, which you can get through your air or even in fruits that you would eat that breaks down into H2O2. Then you have of course, the H2O, which is water. Spring water, for those who don't know, are crossing into the H2O2 range. So once you get the food grade hydrogen peroxide, you could take a drop and apply it to the air that is affected. And I'm saying this, you're mixing it with either distilled water or spring water. I'm saying this, do not apply regular hydrogen peroxide in your air. That chemical, you don't know what that could do to your brain, seeing that it's directly in your head. Use the food grade, remove the toxin, and apply the natural substance by itself. And that is it. If you can't do that, don't use it. Nice. Now let's go into more of the remedies now. I like this app. This app nice. This app indeed is very nice. So let's go into the earaches. And for earaches, you have black-eyed Susan, you have mullein, and you have the pulsatilla. Now I told you in the last video that I would get something to get that information clear, so I have it here. This app is very nice. Now when you go back, this is what the app is. If for earaches, it has for different parts of your body, and it gives you the different herbs. Now you just have to learn or know what herbs to use from what not to use. Let me give an example as I hear. For acidity, right here they would say acai honey, which is, I would say, I don't know, the camelus, yeah, no problem. Almonds for acidity, no, don't use almonds. Almonds are acidic. So like that. So you have to know the things to be able to use. You're using acidity, aloes for it. No, this is a different plant. Okay, let's see. Let me go into it more. This is indeed aloes, I ain't gonna lie. So for aloes, you don't use aloes. Guess why? Because it's acidic. It's acidic, that's why. Unless you added something said aloes is very good for you, but it tends to be acidic. So if you want to remove acidity, you have to step into the range of alkalinity, which is unnatural substances to be exact. Right? Breathing, very good. Black cumin, might be acidic. Or I think black cumin is supposed to be neutral. I'll have to check it again. Yeah. Don't quote me on that, but if it's neutral, you could use it. Baking soda, depends. I wouldn't really recommend baking soda, just so. As you continue, so just giving an understanding. So now let's go into the issue dealing with the earache, which gives one particular herb, which I agree with, because I looked into it before I get this app, and it was indeed useful for your ears. And this is what it says. Let's go into it. As we come off of that nonsense ad. I don't know why this do giving ads. Is it this recording? Right, it's recording. Good. It says, right? Right. Pulsatilla, right? A short presentation. Inflammation of the upper respiratory tract, sinusitis, air infections, chronic conjunctivitis, which deals with the eyes, and upper telemia, if that's the correct word, with secretions, nasal stuffiness. So this directly deals with what? Your respiratory system, your ears, your tonsils, your sinus, your nasal passage, to be exact. I think that's my next lesson. Nasal passage or nose. I feel that's my next lesson. Right. It says the pulsatilla called, I just go and call it windflower, right? Windflower is a perennial herbaceous, I don't even know that, herbaceous plant, right? Herbaceous plant. It is what it is. My pronunciation is tap my tongue, so so I care for that. Plant belonging to the and I think I'm waste my time. The homeopathic. This, what is this word, bro? Anyways, this word in particular, wait, is the RAN. Okay, all right. Remedies based on the plant that is used to treat inflammations with cataract of the upper airway but also chronic conjunctivitis, infections, and so on and so forth, which we read. Right? It say in the case of dense and yellow secretion, nasal congestion and infections, sinusitis, but also convulsions after respiratory disease. You can try to take the pulsatilla, which we're not going to go into the this whole additional 9CH 5 granules and all them, take 1 or 2 times a day, because we already know it by the capsule form. 2 to 3 capsules twice a day. Very simple. It's not hard. No. If you want to draw and drink, a 1/4 teaspoon twice a day to draw in your water and drink, right? Just to be on the safe side. So now let's go back. There's one. Let's go into the ear aches now, which we already went into the pulsatilla. Then we have the ear infections, the boric acid, the garlic, and when you're adding garlic, you add the ginger, and the mullein, you add the yarrow. Then go into the hearing loss, again, pulsatilla, which also is very, very good. Now, the pulsatilla, you have the boric acid. Now, I'm going to go into what we accustomed going into the herpety, because many of these things don't give all the information, which you need to go to dig deep to get more, right? So they deal with ear ache first. So, prostate enlargement. The ear ache first, and then we do the others after. So you have the ear ache, you have the apricot kernel, which is very good. You have the mango leaf, very effective for the ear ache. You have the grape ivy, you have the mullein essence. You also have the ivy morning glory, the white flowers. There's purple, there's blue. The white flowers, ivy morning glory, and the purple flowers, ivy morning glory. Matter of fact, I think the purple one more powerful. The purple one, I think that is one of the most powerful flowers, the most powerful flower plant, which with holds a lot of benefits. That is very good for your. That is very good for your air. Very good for the air, as well. Then you have the black nightshade, like, yeah. You have the garlic, which was recommended. You have the water pepper. Then we have the wild mango. No, I'll be honest with you. All mangoes is mango. So they continue. Then when you go into it further, this gives what you could consume at the same time certain herbs, right? So like you get into it. The African cabbage, African cabbage once it's grown, there no problem. African pear, no problem. It have two African cabbage twice. Y'all seen this? It's just me. Is it a duplicate African cabbage right here? And then sorry, then when you go on the side, African. All right. Anyways, okay. All right. So this is the list. Right now we can get some herbs like the basil is effective for earache. Then we have the let's see if I can find a familiar herb that we could get easy. Blackthorn, black seed oil is very good for the ear as well. I'll drop in your ears if you did not know. It's very good for the ear. Blessed thistle, perfect for the ears. That what I like to see. The familiar ones, the ones that you could that is recommended to you. Get chamomile essence. Chamomile is very good for the ear as well. I know that for sure. It also calms the nerves and calms your organs, which is very good. Certain organs to be exact. Cloves. I didn't know that one, but as it there, cloves is very good for the ear. I didn't know cloves was good for the ear. I really didn't know that. Cinnamon, still I did not know cinnamon was good for your ear as well, for earaches. Did not know that. Damiana, of course, yeah. I mean, you drink consuming Damiana, you good to go. You don't have to worry about Damiana. Echinacea, which fights diseases, so it's very good for the ear, as well as golden seal, I believe, as well. Also good for the ear. Yep, golden seal right down here. Ginger right next to it. Fennel next to it. So you have the simple drumstick, which is moringa, very good for the ears as well. A nice big list that you all could get into to get solutions for your ears, for earache to be exact. Valerian, understand? Saint John wort, sunflower, tonka bean, and tonka bean is a nice fruit. It fibery like mangoes, but guess what? It doesn't taste like mangoes, but it's very nutritious and essential for your body to be exact. So I'm glad I have it here, so I could get some tonka bean. I could go in the first and get some tonka bean probably this week when I get time. So yeah, this is a nice little list you could go into, right? Don't be afraid, because when you watch a situation, the ears don't really have as much benefit, as much herbs to help. So you could get some eateries that would help with the earache. Right now, let you go into the ear infections. The same herbicide, ear infection, not infected, infection, same thing. But you have the echinacea, you have the garlic. When you're having the echinacea and the garlic, you can add Asian ginseng, and you can add golden seal and ginger with that. Now, if you take into capsules, no problem. Take 2 capsules each, twice a day, even the garlic, and you're drinking a ginger tea with that. You would see how fast many things in your body would clear up. You see hydrogen peroxide again? Hydrogen peroxide right there. Make sure it's a food grade. Make sure it's the food grade that you're applying to the area. And I'm saying this because I know a lady, she was suffering from a lump in her breast. I don't want to say the word. It was indeed carcinogenic. if you catch where I'm coming from, I really want to get into the word. And she inject hydrogen peroxide 3% with diluted water, get an injection, inject it into the lump, and it caused a hole, and that allowed all the fluids of the tumor to secrete out of that particular area with the hydrogen peroxide, oxidizing it, and it dropped within 2 weeks, and it was painful. She had already removed one part of her breast. So just to give you an understanding as to how good food grade hydrogen peroxide would be, because you're really taking it out from the fruit, is extracted, basically. It's H2O2, to give you an understanding. 3 stages of hydration: H3O2, H2O2, and H2O, right? The least being, of course, water, regular water. The second being H2O2, and the third and the best being H3O2, which is fruits, which are usually very alkaline and high in iron to be exact. So that is just where it is. The rain falling, so let me finish this off fast. air infection, air disease, same thing, I guess. Air, air diseases. Okay, let's do that. Eucalyptus oil, essential oil, and the lavender essential oil. You're using the garlic and the parsley as well. Make sure what I say you add in your what? You add in your ginger. Then you have the bitter apple, you have the Betula utilis. And there's more, of course, to give understanding. The cassia, which and the butterfly pea, the brown mustard, the cedar wood. Those who you all must know about cedar wood. The Indian trumpet, which is also known as bacano. For those who don't know, trumpet tree is bacano, which is very good for sugar as well as earaches, and I think earaches, sugar, heart, and kidney. So these are very essential, as you can see. So aside from the smallest given, which is this for the remedies, you could also use those, right? Now, this is supposed to conclude the lesson here. So I would advise for you all to not abhor the knowledge given, especially dealing with the ears, because these things could save your life. A simple thing as coconut oil, olive oil, a simple neem oil. Neem oil is very good. A simple thing as neem oil. So the Most High created medicine out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Very simple. Don't abhor it. Reason being is because it could help prolong your life. It says, "For they shall also pray unto the Most High that they would prosper that which they give for ease and for remedy to prolong life. For he that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hands of the physician." So we are not to reject this knowledge, because right now, as we understand wisdom and knowledge is stability at that times. So if you receive that wisdom, there are chances are you could help yourself as Yahweh guide you, which is why it says in Proverbs 4:7, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Right? And that understanding, which I'm bringing forward to you, is dealing with your ears, your functions, and the herb that could expedite the function, increase it, make it more powerful. That way you could be hearing somebody from 10 houses away, because at times I tend to hear people from at least a few houses away and thinking somebody's calling me. That's just where it is, right? So, like yesterday, I heard my neighbor sound like she called my name, and I walk outside to see who it. I was in the back of my room. I walk outside to see who that was, and guess what? That's my neighbor talking to somebody else down a hill. So it shows you how wonderful herbs do tend to work for your body. Is essential for body, right? For your body. So this would conclude this lesson. So Shalom, Yasharala, Kalhala Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Makakadash. Again, we give double honor to the apostles and prophets and elders and like-minded brothers because the like-minded truth. And I pray that we all continue to travail to interpret the scriptures. We all continue to bring forth this truth and the knowledge, and continue to bring forth these videos to edify the sheep, dealing with the elect and the 1/3. All right. So Shalom.